Hello, my friends. Welcome back to a channel. I am Doran, and this is Not Easily Broken. One of our subscribers asked me this question. They said, I know you are married, but do you ever think about other women other than your wife in a sexual way? I am married, a Christian, and I struggle with sexual thoughts a lot. That's what they asked me in this question. Now, to answer this question by our subscriber, the answer is yes, I have had those thoughts. And so is every other man on this planet. I am talking about whether you are a Christian or a non-Christian man. If any man should tell me that those thoughts have never crossed their mind, I would be telling that man that he's lying, that the truth is not in him. See, guys, we sin in our thoughts, in our words, and in our deeds. One of the reasons why a lot of Christian men and husbands can't stay faithful in their marriage, it is because they're not honest about themselves. They're not honest with themselves and to their spouse about some of these inner struggles that we deal with. I don't care how anointed and holy you are. We struggle with these kind of things. The devil will put thoughts in your mind. The devil doesn't care whether you're a Christian or whether you're married or whether your wife is giving you sex every night and twice on the weekend. He doesn't care. The devil cannot read your mind, but he can put thoughts in your mind. Can we be real about this? That's how he gets you to sin, and that's where he does most of his work, in your mind. The Bible tells us that it was during supper when the devil had already put the thoughts of betraying Jesus into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, and you find us in John chapter 13 verse 2. Guys, the devil put the thought of betraying Jesus in Judas' heart. You don't think that he can put thoughts in your mind too? The issue is not that the thought of being with another woman comes into your mind. Those thoughts will come. What is more important is what you do when those thoughts come into your mind. See, guys, when those thoughts come into my mind, I already know that it is a plan of the devil. I already know that he's trying to plant a seed in my mind, a seed in my thoughts. I already know that he is trying to tempt me. The Spirit of God will give you discernment. It will give you insight. In Galatians, it tells us to walk in the Spirit and we will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's why we don't live from the outside in, we live from the inside out. Greater is he that is in us. It's up to you not to entertain and to cast down those thoughts when they come upon you. You have to attack it with the Word of God. In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4 and verse 5, it tells us, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God in the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. And that is the key. That is where you do most of the work. You have got to put everything that the enemy put into your mind that is not righteous, that is not godly. As soon as you figure that it is not the right thoughts that you need to be thinking, you've got to go to work with the Word of God. You've got to rebuke the devil. You've got to cast him out. You've got to tell the devil, no, you're not going to put that thought in my head. Not today, devil. I see you, demon. It ain't going to work today. Nope. You got to do that. The key here is to cast down those thoughts and imagination. You have to bring every thought into captivity to the obedience of the Spirit of God and the Word of God. This means that as you think about it, you attack it with the Word of God. As the thought comes to your mind, you rebuke it. You say, nope, not today, devil. Nope. When somebody's sliding your DM and trying to show you some kind of pictures that you know is inappropriate, right away you block it. Block it out. You can't be looking at IG models and explicit pictures of women that bring lustful thoughts in your mind and think that you won't think lustful thoughts. This is where self-control comes in. The Bible tells us in James chapter 1, verse 13 through 15, let no man say when he is tempted that I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Verse 14, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Verse 15, then when lust has conceived, it bring forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. That's the problem right there. The yielding to that temptation. That's why when those thoughts come into your mind, when those thoughts comes into my mind, right away I go to work, man. I go to work. Sometimes I even tell my wife about it, that baby, man, today this thought came into my mind and I had to cast it down. That's why I'm so thankful to God that I have a praying wife that is always praying for me, always covering me, always making sure that she covers me with prayer. One of my favorite quotes is by Ralph Emerson, and it says that you sow a thought, you reap an action. You sow an action, you reap an habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. You sow a character, and that becomes your destiny. You are what you think. You are what you feed your mind. The Bible tells us that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is not your heart. This is just a vessel, an organ that pumps blood. This is your heart. This is where every seed of emotions and your thoughts, that's where it lives. Everything that you ever do, it starts right here. That's why you got to protect your ear gate, your eye gate, what you say, what you do. This is critical to you staying faithful and staying righteous. In Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, it tells us that, finally, my brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Guys, you cannot allow your feelings and your thoughts to control you. You have your feelings. Your feelings should not have you. You should be in control of the things that comes into your mind. And that is the reason why you have to stay faithful. You have to read the Word of God. Make sure that you apply the principle to your life. You're going to go through challenges. You're going to go through situations. The enemy is going to try to attack you. The enemy is going to try to put situations in your mind. But you have got to remember that you have the Word of God to help you, to guide you, and to protect you along the way. Man, we know that there are temptation out there, but it's not the temptation that we're worried about. It's how you feed into that temptation. It's how you allow the devil to manipulate your thought process and your mind to get you to sin against the will of God. That's what the enemy wants you to do. And so, of course, those thoughts are always going to try to come into your mind. But the important thing is, what do you do when those thoughts and those memories comes up into your mind? What do you do when the past is trying to rise up in your flesh? You got to cast it down, man. You've got to pray to the Lord. You have to ask God for wisdom and understanding. You have to be around the right people. You have to have the right association. You've got to stay in the Word of God. And you've got to talk to somebody if you have these kind of weakness, so that they can walk you through some of these processes. And so, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you like best about this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Love to hear from you. If this video helped, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you will never miss an upload. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.